You're listening to the only podcast that admits they might know what they are talking about.
Sounds like something a guy in a van would tell me.
This is We Might Know Sports.
I love you! Come on!
With Kevin,
Don't listen to Steffan and his prep rules.
Steffan,
Fuck Philly.
and Corey.
I hope everyone has a ball.
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
I'm here with the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, why don't you take your pants off? My balls are popping. I understand.
What was a topic Corey might like?
No for gay Jesus people!
Yeah, that's nice.
Because they came to whose house?
There's a no-hitter right now, bottom of the seventh. Oh, never mind. No longer a no-hitter.
Wow.
The ceiling is the roof. Let's make it happen.
We should have started reeling because I bit all over that. Wait. Trubisky sucks. Two impressions is good enough.
Want to do it? Thought we were gonna have some music needed in, but no music today.
There is. Just, I don't know what's going on now. This is what happens when you use new programs, apparently.
We are now better than ever,
I don't know about that.
in quotation marks.
No.
Episode,
I don't like our
I'll believe
audio
at episode
levels.
100 that we might be
the
better than.
centennial mark.
Yeah, once we hit that.
Yeah. We'll be there.
Someday.
Got another week of polishing things up. Be good. Episode 99. We might know sports. We're back. Another week.
Good week of sports. Sports as a whole.
I think
Well-
the best part of this episode is me not having to live up to my side of a bet.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
This guy didn't want to. I had to pay for the bet to go through.
Kevin probably would have chipped in.
Yeah.
I thought you said you could find some cheap at Herb Phillipson.
I didn't go to Herb's. I was at the mall because I had to grab something for Samantha there. So I was like, I'll just run through the stores here. Nothing less than $30 at the mall.
Thank God.
Oh, man.
Best part of that bet was it was for this episode only.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Lucky you.
y'all are out of luck.
But the Cowboys still said that we will turn Steffan into a believer after we win out. Quote by Dak, Zeke, Amari, DeMarcus, Layton, Jalen, Byron, and Cole. They all signed off on it.
Is that their actual signatures too?
Yep.
They print their signatures.
They print.
It's nice. It's nice of them. Glad they got to
I
stop
think
by.
they're so young they weren't taught.
Yeah, no,
cursive.
yeah, right, yeah. I think that was like right after we graduated.
Yeah.
They stopped teaching
Doing
cursive.
cursive.
Yeah.
So they just
Mine is from often contributor for song 50 Cent. If both of these little bitches got hit by a bus, I wouldn't have a bad day, and that was about his own son. So shout out to 50 Cent.
Damn. That wasn't Adrian Peterson.
So yeah. I mean,
Well, let's get right into some NFL then. While we're on the slight topic there, Cowboys pulling off a miracle. Don't know how it happened. Still,
I know how it happened. They did exactly what they said they were going to do.
what?
They said they were going to punch them in the mouth. They thought they were soft team, and when they got physical and aggressive with them, they were going to fold. That's what happened. They got physical. Michael Thomas couldn't handle actually getting pressed up on. Drew Brees had pressure all night on him. Couldn't handle it because he can't see because he's so short when you collapse the pocket. And it worked.
Okay.
The only thing that was the question mark is how much did Dallas actually have to put on the board to beat New Orleans with that style? And I still thought you were going to have to put up more than 13 points.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked.
Yeah.
New Orleans couldn't put up more than 10
I was really
because the Cowboys offense is still pitiful besides Zeke.
Mari Cooper has definitely helped them out a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he had 75 yards, but he did cough up a fumble. Zeke was doing everything. Basically, Zeke did everything. He controlled the time clock too, which was big, which we talked to is what was going to happen. You're going to have to play good defense, and Zeke needed a good game. Take the ball out of their hands.
I still think this is just a matter of, teams in the NFL, you just don't win every game.
Well, there's also a history of the team playing on Thursday night, the home team. The away teams are something like 1-7.
Sounds about right. Yeah, so you already had the shortened week, and then you got part of that's gonna be traveling.
I guess it's
getting settled into wherever you're, staying at.
And Dallas hasn't lost in Dallas this year. On top of everything,
well, they're about to lose in Dallas this week.
To be fair,
Spoiler
both teams
alert.
played
Spoiler
on
alert.
Thursday night the week before.
What's that?
Both teams played Thursday night or Thursday the week before.
Oh yeah, yes, they still had a full week. So yeah, they didn't even have a shorter week. Forgot that. I'm still not I will never be a believer in the Cowboys. I think.
You think you're catching
getting
up
right
to
into the matchup this week? I think the Eagles got their number this week. I think that they've got something to play for.
You beat them the first go round?
No, last
Okay.
time.
That's what I thought.
So, pretty much if they win this game, it's still not looking good for the Eagles, but
It's not looking good because after this, they got the Colts, the Bucks, and the Giants.
Yeah.
They can beat all those teams.
I don't know. I mean, Colts, Bucks.
Steffan's a huge believer all of a sudden in Bucks.
Even Kevin's laughing. He's like,
Colts and Bucks
They
are
just-
surprising teams.
They just made Drew Brees look not good. You think Jameis is going to tear him apart?
Has Dallas made every quarterback this year to look not good?
Apparently, when Amari is bad,
Because Amari has what effect on the quarterback
I
of
don't
the other
know.
team? None. Zero.
The defense
Stop.
is amped
You're
up.
making an argument that makes no sense.
The defense is amped up. They've been playing well as a team ever since.
That's the defense. That has nothing to do with Amari coming in.
Why is the defense better?
Don't make up stupid arguments.
Because they're hyped.
You're making up stupid arguments.
They're
right
hyped.
now. They're not, what are they hyped about?
Because they feel they have a chance now, I think.
They had a chance before.
I don't think they really believed it.
They still have a garbage quarterback.
He did get sacked 7 times and fumble. It's tough.
Tired out there for a Dak.
Well, it's getting harder and harder. He's lucky he's got a Zeke by his side.
No.
You know what would make me a believer in the Eagles if they could stop the run? How good are they at doing that this year?
Huh? What do you mean? Adrian Peterson rushed for a 90-yard touchdown. Didn't even break 100 yards. So they had one bad play.
What would make me a
One
believer
bad play.
in the
You
Eagles?
know they aren't good against the run.
They're
this
not good
year.
at defense at all this year. What do you mean?
With
That's
With
Zeke should be
Corey's
able to control
point,
the time on
Did
that
he do
game,
that
too.
last game, though? No.
Who?
Zeke? How much did he put up against us last time?
I don't know offhand.
Well,
I'll look it up while you two talk about whatever you
With-
want.
what
with Corey's
bullshit you
point-
say.
about rushing, not defense, but offense. If the Eagles committed to rushing, I would be a believer more. But it seems like every time they lose, they're away from the run. But when they win, they're running, and that execution of the play action style that Philly likes to run is flawless. And I think every time they go away from it, that's why they lose.
It's fair. It's fair. I do think that their new running back there, Josh Adams, has been a little bit of a bright spot for him. And then Darren Sproles just came back and had a rushing touchdown last game, so he should start getting a little bit more carries. I think
Elliott had 151 yards rushing, a touchdown, and 36 yards receiving, and a touchdown. Elliott dominated the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
I pretty much
And
expect the same
What
thing.
was the score of that game?
27-20.
So they were still in the game, and they actually had a chance to come down and tie, and then they fucked it
Now
up.
they have Amari, too.
Great. Kudos to them.
And you guys have no corners.
Giants had Odell Beckham. What the fuck did he do?
The Giants are trash, though. They have no...
Cowboys are trash.
Except they're going to win your division.
They're literally one game ahead of us, but they're so much better than us.
They're gonna win your
They're
division.
one game ahead of us, and they're so much better.
I guess we'll see after
Soon
this
to
week.
be
won't we?
2.
Jesus Christ. What bet do you want to put on this?
Ooh.
Huh?
Double down on the Dallas Cowboys stuff.
You want? So I'll do it for the next week's podcast.
Yeah. And
Podcast
if
number
they
100.
lose, then Corey has to wear Eagles stuff.
Oh, he'll be wearing Eagle stuff. If you. Never mind. Oh man. So you have to paint an eagle on your chest. If Eagles win, you gotta paint an eagle on your chest.
If Dallas wins, you have to buy your own shirt.
Okay.
Ooh. This just got interesting.
And then at the end of the podcast, I can burn it.
That's fine.
That's fine, as long as you wear it.
That's fine.
Nobody said I had to wear it and show it. I could wear it underneath a sweatshirt.
I'm gonna be freezing if I have to do that. It's cold up
You
here.
just gotta show us.
Okay, that's true. If you're just showing it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Just need to see it for a minute.
Yeah.
So I can get the screenshot.
All right. Anyways, what else happened in the NFL this week? Kareem Hunt officially probably destroyed his career.
He'll be back.
He will be back more than likely.
He's
But
so
I mean,
young.
at the same time, like
We just talked about the Eagles' run game. I think they're a perfect fit, to be honest. I know all the social shit, but I think if he went to the Eagles, then I'm talking about the Eagles way differently. Although he wouldn't play this year, so I guess I
Right.
can't say that.
no,
I'd be talking about the Eagles differently going into next year.
has nothing to do with
And-
this year.
And I know, I don't even know if I want to put this out in public. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad of a video, and honestly, in my opinion, like it could have gone a lot worse.
It definitely could have been a lot worse.
I've heard a lot
It's
of
not
people-
Ray Rice.
That's
Yeah.
what everyone's. It's not the Joe Mixon or Ray Rice video.
But I
We aren't
think it's
seeing
just-
someone
She
think it's-
threw a punch first, and
doesn't make it right.
I get two wrongs to make it right, but I'm just saying. I think maybe the Chiefs got rid of him because he lied about it. I
Yeah, no,
understand
that's
about
absolutely
that.
the reason why they got. There wasn't. If he had been upfront and truthful with them, he'd
Mhm.
still be on the team. He'd
I
just
don't
be serving
even-
a suspension.
I'll be honest. I don't even know if it matters about this incident. I think it matters that not only did he lie about this one,
It was
there was
passed.
another one that he lied about, and then there was another one that he was upfront about. But this is 3 incidents now.
Yeah.
You punched somebody at a nightclub. You lied about that one. You pushed this girl or pushed somebody into this girl and kicked her. You lied about that one.
See, and that's one thing I don't like when people sit there and say he kicked her, because it wasn't like like when you hear kick, you feel like it's
Yeah.
a drop kick. It was. Just
I definitely thought it was going to be.
I felt like the kick barely even hit her, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was more when he pushed the guy.
I
and
feel like
she
it was
went
more of
flying
like a
into the wall.
nudge, like nudging her with his foot,
Yeah,
than it
Mhm.
was a kick.
because he's being pulled back by his
Yeah.
buddy as he kicks her.
And probably had some like, should I really kick this person? To probably going, and the circumstances we'll never really know. We won't, because there's no audio, obviously. So it's
Yeah.
just like,
Either way, though, at the end of the day, he should have never been in the situation that he was in. You got to be smarter than that.
yeah,
You're
don't
making
live in
millions of dollars.
Cleveland.
There's cameras everywhere nowadays. You can't get away from anything.
And again, it's your 3rd time.
This happened in Cleveland too, right? Nothing good happens in Cleveland. Get out of
I
there.
don't know where it was at.
No, it
but
was in Cleveland. He's right.
Get out of
Oh.
there. Don't be in
Well,
Cleveland.
And how about bringing girls back to try to sleep with your buddies, and if they don't want it, how you think that's going to go? I mean, come on.
It's just not
2
good. all
o'clock.
It was just not good.
Cleveland, not good. Nothing good about that.
But yeah, no, that's I don't know what else. What do you want to get into your takeaways on the NFL this week?
Well, we touched on my first one, so I won't even go there. We talked about the Cowboys. I was impressed that they beat New Orleans. I don't know if I was even necessarily impressed with their win because their offense still did not look that great. But their defense looks really, really good. They have 2 young linebackers that are going to be good for a very long time with Jalen Smith and Leighton Van Der Esch. Then quietly, Byron Jones is the number one corner this season. No one's talking about him, probably because it's Dallas and he's not. Normally, corners are a little bit like divas, like the wide receivers. Byron Jones just keeps his mouth shut, does his business. He did a really good job on Michael Thomas. So he showed what he's about this year. So I don't have too much else to say, although besides the Eagles, honestly, I don't think, no offense to your Bucks, but I don't think the Colts, the Bucks, or the Giants are very good teams. So I really think if the Cowboys get past the Eagles, they're running it.
The only thing I have to say about the Bucks is you don't know what team you're getting, because
I
the
think-
last 2 weeks their defense has been like out of nowhere good, but you don't know if that's going to happen. So
Right. I guess I shouldn't say.
I don't take offense to it. Honestly,
Well, in all
but,
honesty, it's those three teams all have been playing that way.
Mm-hmm.
The Colts will blast some like Tennessee and then get shut out by the Jags. The Giants looked hot for a few games, then look like awful.
Well, they did just beat the Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
So now they're back to looking good.
That's what I mean, though. That's what these teams are doing. The Bucks, like you just noted, is the same thing. We're seeing
It's not like the Cowboys have been hot all year. Like
they're riding high at this
right now, yeah. But
the
that
last
could
few
easily
weeks,
fall off.
they've gotten themselves out of the hole to take the lead of the East, so they're hotter and more consistent than these teams right now. I don't even know if they're more consistent than the Eagles or what. Win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game.
Well, now
This
this is the
is their
first time all
first
year they've
streak,
won
yeah.
two.
Okay, so
I
Yeah.
heard that today.
It was
just
win
like,
a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game,
yeah, so
win a game, lose
out
two.
of all the teams, the Cowboys seem to be the more consistent one
right now.
Right now. Anyways, we'll get off that. I'll quickly go over the Bengals. They lost Andy Dalton earlier for the year. Reports just came out they lost AJ Green for the year. I know Steffan doesn't believe any teams really lose on purpose. I don't even know if they'll have to try to lose on
I
purpose.
was going to say, what do they got left?
They're going to lose probably all their games and actually get a decent draft pick, so we'll see how that works out. I just wanted to touch on AJ Green's injury for people who didn't know.
Let's take a look.
Moving on past that,
Hold on. Where are they in the standings? They are 11th in the AFC. So you got Raiders, Jets, Jacksonville, Buffalo, and Cleveland in front of you in the AFC. So, and the
Well, the
Giants
Bengals-
seem to want to win, so they're in front of them right now. But
can't figure that
Detroit-
out either because the Giants don't have a chance.
Same with Arizona. Arizona, all of a sudden.
Teams don't
just-
lose on purpose.
NFL's fixed,
Stop.
Steffan. It's going to be the Rams versus the Chargers in the playoff. Or in the Super
Chargers
Bowl.
will not make a Super Bowl. Mark
All
my
LA
word.
Bowl.
Mark my word.
You want to put a bet on that?
Yeah, I will. You name it.
What do
You
you want
got
to bet?
I don't know if I believe in the Chargers.
I don't either, but I want to bet something.
I know. And it's not because of the Chiefs. I'll put that out
It's
there.
not like they blew out the Steelers. They barely beat the Steelers. So that game, if they end up playing them, could go either
Well, the
way.
Steelers had an epic collapse, and there's something wrong. I don't care what anyone says.
There's nothing wrong.
The Steelers aren't what anyone thought they were going to be this year, and it's not because of Le'Veon Bell. He's not the only reason that they suck. Not suck, but
They're like 7-4-1.
that's what I mean. That's
Like,
why I changed
what-
not suck.
I don't know.
Just people
I would be-
expected more.
Thrilled with 7-4-1 right now for the Eagles.
Well, yeah, that would win your division.
Yeah.
It's winning theirs. It's winning theirs.
Still got. I mean, the Chiefs obviously could still. They still have Mahomes.
Oh, and the Patriots still
And
did beat the
Patriots.
Chiefs when it
And the
mattered.
Patriots always.
Yeah.
So any of those three teams, I think. Can
Safest
easily-
bet in sports: Patriots in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. Every year.
Them and the Spurs had been. The Spurs this year looking shaky.
Yeah. Spurs not.
What about Golden State?
You could argue that over the last 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah. No, they're not.
But
I mean, as
the
long
Patriots
as-
have been doing it for 20 years, almost. 18 years we're going on.
Yeah.
So that's been the safest bet for a long time.
Yeah.
What was? Oh, the last one is. So it seems like McCarthy took the fall for the Packers sucking. But does anyone believe that Rodgers just isn't coachable? He has a fallout with his family. He's been prickly with fans. Do we not agree that he's kind of a dick? And probably Brett Favre did not like him openly. Or can't we all just say he's not easy to get along with and it's going to be really hard for anyone to win with him because he's a dickhead?
It's still
From someone that played with him
quarterback
his rookie, someone that played offensive line his rookie year was a regular on Golick and Wingo, and he said that it was Rodgers' rookie year, and anytime there was a play call he didn't like, he would like scoff at it and roll his eyes. So imagine a veteran quarterback doing that like today in the huddle. How much faith is your offense going to have in the play calls? Like,
well, they were saying that he would routinely just audible out of any play that McCarthy called.
Yeah. I just don't think – I think Rodgers has the leadership ability of Jay Cutler, which is shitty. I just think it's going to be
Rodgers
hard.
got a Super Bowl.
He did. He has one.
early
it's
in his
been a long-
career when he
Been a long
wasn't.
So
right.
I don't really
Been
like
a
that.
long, long time.
I don't really like to compare him to Jay Cutler. For that fact alone.
I think you could argue Rodgers wasn't the leader of that team.
Yeah. It was early in Rodgers' career.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? His first or second season as a starter?
But, at that point, it was Clay Matthews' team.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think
It's always the quarterback's team.
it's well.
Corey's about to die.
You've
here.
seen that it's not.
Jesus.
It's
Always
not.
the quarterback's team.
It is not.
It is. Unless you have a pussy for a quarterback, it's always the quarterback's team.
That's half the league.
Uh-huh. Tampa Bay won it. Brad Johnson was their quarterback. Telling me
Yeah,
it was
well.
their quarterback.
Yeah, it was Warren
You're
Staff's
telling
team.
me Joe Flacco? It was Joe
Ray
Flacco's
Lewis's team when Trent Dilfer won it. Ray Lewis's team.
Anyways, moving on. I think Rodgers, they'll bounce back next year. Get a different quarter or a different coach.
Do you think the Packers would be a real threat if like Bill Cowher went to him?
Bill Cowher, I don't think's ever coming out of retirement. As much as he likes to
Flirt with
flirt
it.
with the idea, I don't think he's ever coming out.
What about
He
Josh?
had his chance to come out.
What about Josh McDaniels? Everyone thinking he's one of the best offensive minds in
He's
football.
already tried it, hasn't he? He
No.
failed.
He went to Denver and he made the playoffs with Tim Tebow.
Mhm.
And then what happened?
Then he sucked after they
Yeah.
got rid of Tim
Then they
Tebow.
got rid
But
of-
whose fault is that?
John Elway.
Probably
That
part
too.
of his.
That's John Elway. Just like John Elway's going to draft that kid out
I
of
think
Buffalo
if
this
you
year.
give him someone of Rodgers' caliber, like you said, because he's used to having a Tom Brady type to play around with.
Yeah.
If you give him Rodgers, he might be able to do something. I just don't know if Green Bay being a small market is enticing to him. Seems like he's saying no to all the small jobs because he's been offered a couple now.
I just feel like the Packers have too much talent.
Do they though?
Quarterback, wide receiver wise, yeah. Running
Besides
back.
Adams, who's talented?
Randall Cobb was good for a while. He's kind of fallen off and injured a lot.
Last 2 or 3 years, yeah.
But
And then they got rid of Jordy.
that
which-
other guy, the MVS guy, something Valdez, something.
Suck for a draft.
Geronimo Allison isn't much. They don't.
He was playing good before he got hurt.
Jimmy Graham is definitely falling off.
Maybe they'll
Maybe they'll
sign
just-
Deshaun Jackson.
Maybe Jordy Nelson will come back.
He probably anyone that's in Oakland would like to go back to the teams they came from.
I'll go back to school, coach. I'll go back to college.
I actually think it's part of the Packers don't have a lot, in my opinion. Their defense isn't
Their
very
defense
good.
has never been good. I mean, we could just throw that out there right now. It's always been their weak point. Even when they won the Super Bowl, I don't think their defense was good. They had Clay Matthews like he was
When he was
No,
in
what
prime.
I don't know what that was, but
Sorry.
No. They had him and
Shout
they
out to
had
that.
Charles Woodson, who was a stud.
I was looking for this. This is, you hear that?
Yeah.
That's a shot counter. There's
Oh.
two.
That's nice and not annoying.
Oakland shots.
All right, Kevin. Let's hear
Next week, you're going to have the shot.
your phenomenal takeaways. of the week.
Somehow Tampa Bay is still playoff eligible. Don't know how. The circus of quarterbacks, though, seems to have slowed down a little bit. Jameson, apparently, third.
Well, that's what happens when
Third
quarterbacks
benching.
aren't turning over the ball 4 or 5 times a game.
Third benching
You
is
don't
the
have to
charm
bench.
for Jameis Winston. And it's got me wondering, if they go 7-9, does Dirk keep his job? Or are they just going to clear out anyway? Do you guys think? If they
Is
go
that the rumor right now that they're clearing house?
No, that's just...
That's just your.
I don't.
What you
I
think.
can't.
They
I
were
can't predict
they were
any
itchy
other.
about getting John Gruden on the team last year, so Mike
I
McCarthy's
can't predict
free.
any team because the Bengals are nice and steady for me, so I know what I'm going into every single year. Any other franchise just throws me off. I can't predict.
That's why you love the Bengals, because you are the picture of mediocrity.
Hey, you have consistency. It's not mediocrity.
I
it's
wish the Bengals were the
consistency.
picture of second place. I'd take that
Runners up in the Super Bowl every year.
every year.
What about runner up in the division? Take that.
How about just playoff contenders every year? That's what I'll take. So
Well, if it went on points scored, they'd be in the playoffs.
There we go.
hashtag
Shots.
too soon. Sherman's
shots.
homecoming. Speaking of points, not too nice. The Seahawks pretty much blasted the 49ers, thankfully. And we didn't pick that game. Damn. Never mind.
I don't know if Steffan's that against Seattle. I
Yeah,
think
but
who was going to win that one?
Did they even play?
So they played the 49ers.
yeah. And they scored 45 points, I think, something like that. They put up.
I think I was
high
actually that
total.
was one of the games I was allowed to pick.
At one point, I was looking at Russell Wilson. He had only thrown 6 passes, and 3 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah. So some homecoming for Richard Sherman. Also, shout out to Seattle. Officially announced today that they're getting an NHL franchise.
Yeah, I saw that.
So NBA probably not too far behind. And then you can go to a Sonics game, Stefan, when you come out and visit.
I would go to a Seattle Sonics game.
That would be cool.
I'll
I
actually
still
go
like the
to
Seattle colors,
I'll
the yellow
actually
and green.
get into some NBA a little more.
No, you wouldn't.
Nah.
You said that about the Sixers.
Don't lie to the public, Kevin. Come on.
And you
Yeah, but
never-
I'd actually go to a game or two.
Yeah, I could see you going to a game,
Oh, the
especially if they're playing the
Celtics are
Sixers.
so good. I'm so into the NBA now. Oh, then they lose to the Celtics in the playoffs.
They're on the
Did you
NFL.
just?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not into them. Oh. Go
I'm
ahead.
still
What's
into
your last
'em.
takeaway here?
You gonna watch Toronto tomorrow? What was it? Oh, we kind of touched on it earlier. Chiefs without Hunt, they're gonna keep up their pace. Are they gonna be phased? Do you guys think? I don't see it. Wasn't he hurt earlier this year?
Well, they just played without him and won.
Yeah, but who'd they play?
Oakland, right?
Yeah.
And Spencer Ware didn't look very good. He did have a touchdown, but I think he only had like 30 yards rushing. It's definitely going to hurt.
It's
And
gonna be
it's not.
It's going to be interesting because if I remember correctly, they struggled against the Chargers week 1 with Hunt. So
If they have the Broncos left, I don't even know if that's going to be tighter. The Broncos are playing well all of a sudden.
Oh, excuse me. That was Tyreek Hill that tore up the Chargers. Yeah, Hunt wasn't even a factor, so maybe not. Let's see here. Broncos, they won by 7, and they've already played the Broncos twice, apparently. They end with the Ravens, Chargers, Seahawks, and Raiders. So.
Ravens, Chargers, Seahawks. That's besides the Raiders. That's a tough schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders just lost by 7 to the Chiefs. They're not that bad.
Dude, my hopes are up. We're taking a lot of shots, man.
Can we just call a spade and just like set a number? Like, can we just like negotiate like a lower number than what we would possibly have to do?
I will settle with 4. How about that?
Or all right, fair.
Because
Speaking of Josh
I know I have
McDaniels,
to
by
do
the
2.
way, This just in. He's quoted as saying, "I don't
Well,
really worry."
an hour ago, just in.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
fans didn't even know that
Well,
until you said it.
Wow. Jeez. Breaking news.
Yeah, I don't really worry about the future, and honestly, each week is a tremendous challenge, and we try to stay in the moment and focus on the task at hand. I love what we do here in terms of working hard to try to come up with the best plan for our players each week, and that's where my focus is going to remain. If that's in the cards for me, then that's great. I've said that before, but again, I'm not worried about that right now. So Josh McDaniels trying to deflect that he wants to be a head coach. I can read right through that. He wants to be a head coach.
I want to be a head
He's
coach.
just saying what he has to say. What do
Well,
you want
yeah.
him to say? I'm not. Yeah, I want to coach every team. Not even thinking about the Patriots. I think he wants the right job, but I do think Aaron Rodgers for any coach is an interesting position.
Fair enough.
Okay, back to your takeaways, I guess. I think Kevin's done with it.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, if he is now. Well,
Prepared as always.
my number one takeaway is just not necessarily an NFL, but
We take it away from other sports now.
in the best fantasy football league
Oh, jeez.
God.
on the East Coast, because West Coast teams don't matter. It's proven. West Coast teams are soft. Can't even make playoffs. But doesn't matter how you start, matters how you finish. Some teams don't get to finish, aka West Coast teams, aka Kevin. Kevin is not in the playoffs for our fantasy football league.
Is that why his back is turned to you right now?
I think it might have something to do with it.
Okay.
No, it's because I'm trying to get the Syracuse game on.
Kevin is a little salty, but rules are rules.
You guys keep bringing up old shit. Oh,
Your team
I'm
did not
trying to
score
let it go.
points.
Jeez.
Your team did not score points this year. Therefore, you're on the outside looking in.
Hashtag
Joy.
I beat Corey twice at least.
Hashtag still not in the playoffs. Moving on to takeaway
Steffan,
number 2.
Wait, hold on. Did you beat Corey too? Or did you even play him?
I didn't play him.
Yeah, we didn't play.
Damn. Well, at least the
I would've
podcast is undefeated against Corey.
I'll throw
Moving
this
on.
out there. Neither one of your teams were impressive this year, so. Moving on.
I hope he
The
loses
Eagles.
in the first round.
Although they are back in the hunt, as I like to say, it's not a super impressive win going up against the third string quarterback of the Redskins.
Mark Sanchez himself.
Mark Sanchez has also one-upped his butt fumble by getting a butt fumble recovery. So
Boom.
kudos to Mark Sanchez, who knew you could one-up the greatest was that the greatest Sports Center top 10 moment of, like, it had the longest run at number 1.
Yeah.
So
People love that play. I don't know why.
Mark Sanchez, shout out to you. Side note, I mean, why can't the Redskins sign somebody better than Mark Sanchez?
Like Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Don't even make me go there again.
Yeah, we won't go there. So, moving on to my final takeaway. Somehow I got roped into a meme of the Chargers and Steelers and getting a shout out that the Chargers were better, and I'm not a fan of either team. But apparently, just because I picked the Steelers to beat the Chargers, I deserve a shout out. So shout out to you. You know who you are if you ever listen.
No.
But Kevin will probably relay the message to you. So I don't care who won that game. It was literally, I got tagged in it, and I'm just like, why? Why did I get tagged?
Because it's The Office.
I get that, but
I thought it was
that was
funny.
not.
Did you
That's
listen
not the
to
reason
it?
she tagged me.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
She knows you're an Office fan.
I thought it was just more because I picked the Steelers.
No,
You must have-
she probably didn't know about that. So
Oh,
you might want to keep that
Alright
to
then.
yourself.
Well, scratch everything I just said. Yes, I do love The Office, and thank you for tagging me. All right. Also, surprising loss by the Bears. I did not expect that. Thought the Bears were one of the top teams in the NFC, honestly. And the Giants.
Is it impressive though when you beat Chase Daniel? Like, are we really impressed by that? I mean, this guy apparently is, but
I mean, Chase Daniel played for the Eagles. Listen, okay. He'll probably go down as like a top 50 quarterback in Eagles history.
I don't even know if he makes that.
I meant top 150.
Okay.
But he and by quarterback I mean backup quarterback in Eagles history. So not putting starters in.
Yeah, because I think I still rank Vince Young ahead of him.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it's still, is when is Trubisky coming back?
This week.
Okay, good. Then I don't have to change that pick.
Because I'll be going against Tim and Luck.
You heard it here first. Bears beat the Rams. That's what we're playing, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's happening. Oh, we got for NFL. We'll take a look at our picks. Kevin spoke a little too early. Thought he was going 5-0.
It's not
You
necessarily
didn't.
I spoke too early. It was just you sent something and then I said something. I was trying not to. You baited it out of me.
Yeah, I literally, I don't even know what I said, but there was.
You said you were drinking, or you were chugging a beer, and you said because I'm about to work 6 days in a row or something like that.
Yeah. That's right. So I don't know how that baited that out of you. And literally, didn't say anything about the Eagles or the Redskins, and he
Because I was hoping it would happen, and they were down by 3 at the time, and then I watched the Eagles go down and score.
Well, that was dumb.
Yeah.
We all picked Broncos over Bengals. Surprise, surprise, Broncos won. Panthers just collapsing here at the end of the season. Cam Newton, not as great as some think. I still will stand to my word. He's not good. Eagles over the Redskins Monday night. Great win, I guess. Chargers over Steelers. I was the only one to take the Steelers. Not good. And me and Kevin with Ravens.
Oh, you changed your Chargers Bengals pick?
Yep. After I realized that AJ Green was out as well. I actually forgot that Dalton was out also, so I could not go with that pick. As much as I'm trying to make up ground here, I'm not trying to lose ground at the same time. So,
Kevin and I are on the same exact page.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
I thought these were all like givens, but apparently Steffan is.
I don't see how.
Well, I knew the Cowboys wasn't a given to him.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
50 game, regardless.
That one's 50-50, but the Saints-Bucks game.
He's on the Bucks because the Bucks beat a collapsing Panthers team.
They won the week before too, didn't they? Beat the Giants or something.
They beat the 49ers.
49ers, yeah. Good win. Good dub.
Jeez.
How about the week before that? They lost to the Giants.
Yep.
Lost to the Redskins. Okay. Lost to the Panthers. Okay. Lost to the Bengals. Okay. Beat the Browns.
Yeah, and you didn't even believe in him then.
Now I believe in them.
After that Browns
Listen,
win.
you get to a point in your season here, okay, where you got to make up some ground. And
Yeah.
if I have a glimmer of hope,
It's that game.
I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna take my shot.
I think your shot's at that end.
So
I think you're high on the Bears game.
These guys went with the Cowboys for whatever reason, dumb like that. I go on Eagles. Saints at the Bucks. It's also at the Bucks, so anything can happen. Saints looked like garbage against Cowboys. Kevin even said himself, Bucks defense been looking better. got faith.
They won their first meeting.
I got faith. Regardless, moving on to the Bengals Chargers. I am now as well going with the Chargers. Bengals just wrap it up for the year. Fourth game, Rams at Bears. I'm gonna go Bears on this one. I think that Bears defense slows down the Rams. Rams defense slows down the Bears. It's gonna be like 6-3 game. Bears win.
6-3
Going on
game.
to Vikings at Seahawks.
I'll go 36-33 in that next game.
Jesus.
Vikings at Seahawks. I'm a bigger believer in the Vikings. I don't like the Seahawks. You guys know that. You guys are like, I don't know, playing tummy sticks or something this week and picking all the same games. So that's
To
cool.
be fair,
Well,
I
like Kevin
picked
said, they're
first.
pretty straightforward. You did
Okay, but Kevin's down by 20 games right now. Like, why would you not just try to pick something different?
I'm on the comeback.
Okay, that's what you want to call it. You're not even going to catch up to me.
This isn't the week that he makes
Is
his
that all?
move.
That's literally all he's trying to do right now is just catch up to me.
Yep.
He's not even gonna...
I did the math. I have to go 5-0 every of the remaining weeks just to pull above 500. So now I'm just shooting for Steffan. He's within arm's length
I'm at least 500.
for now.
good.
After this week,
15 puts me at. If I go 0-5 the next 3 weeks, I'm still
Well, it's
above
20. We have 20 left. 14, 15, 16, 17.
Still above.
mm-hmm.
If you went 0-20,
Yeah.
I'd be 43 and 41.
be fine.
Time to start tanking.
Well, we showed we know math.
And after that, let's move on to
Yeah.
college football.
Sure. I don't have Joe today. I didn't ask. I forgot.
Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe.
I forgot. So
I'll make this quick.
I didn't want to double down on the whole new program too.
So,
Steffan.
interesting. What was this? This was championship weekend, right?
Hey.
A lot of people loved this weekend.
It was a good weekend. Good weekend of games.
A lot of football.
Top story out of college football: Urban Meyer stepping down after this year. Also, our question of the week. Kevin, tell us about the question of the week.
The question is, well, last week it was will Dallas win the NFC East, and we're split 50-50.
Jeez.
I like it.
10 people voted, so that was shout out to those 10 people. This
Did you
week,
Did you check the URLs on the other 4?
do you want to know?
No.
Let's see here. I can go through. Let's see here.
I have like 7 different Facebook accounts.
I know.
Only one was Steffan. Another was a Raiders fan. Another was an Eagles fan. I don't think they understood the question. Maybe they just don't like Dallas. I don't know.
Probably.
Another one was someone that Steffan had an issue with until I explained the meme. And then another one is a Saints fan. So maybe they just didn't like the Cowboys. The correct people, myself, Corey, Sean, and Gary, with another person. So there's that.
Good luck to you guys at not picking right.
Well, we'll see after this week.
Right now,
So-
we have 2 votes, so it's split 50-50, one of them being me. And that is, will Urban Meyer coach again?
I didn't even vote this time yet.
Are you We'll speak after the podcast.
Okay. Pac-12 championship went down Friday night. Washington, Utah. Did anybody really think Utah had a chance?
No,
No.
Utah hasn't
That was
been
a boring
impressive.
game.
They've been ranked most of the year, but I don't know why.
That was a real boring game. It was like
10-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exciting Pac-12
Oh,
championship that was.
Barn burner.
Alabama, Georgia for the SEC championship.
That was a good
Turned out to
game.
be A good game.
Did you guys watch that? You actually
I did
watched some
not.
college
I was
football?
working all day. But
I
I think it was
actually-
actually on probably after I got off
I
work,
actually
but-
did. I don't even know why I did. I don't even like college football, but I watched it.
Because a lot of
pretty
people
much
can
that's
say,
like a pro team.
Yeah.
I like Jacob
They could
Fromm. I
beat
thought he
your
was going to be
team,
better
Corey.
this year than he has been, but he started off hot. I was like, oh shit, he's giving Alabama a real run, and then nope.
Jalen Hurts comes in and
Yeah.
destroys shit.
Yeah, so what? Is Jalen Hurts going to win them the championship this year?
Don't know.
He's going to get that championship he was supposed to get last year? Oh, man. Alabama.
I will tell you this: the biggest
do you have
disappointment
that
of
much
the
talent?
last weekend in championship football was Buffalo losing to Northern Illinois.
Yeah. Clemson handled Pittsburgh, which I think we all expected.
Ooh, did you see how the Conference USA championship ended?
I did not.
UAB was going to punt on 4th and 3. And it was with 1:15 left. So Middle Tennessee State was getting the ball back, and they had too many men on the field, and that's how they lost the game because of the 5-yard penalty that got UAB the first down.
Sounds like some bullshit.
Sounds like someone's losing a coaching job. Ooh.
Were there any other good championship games?
Texas, Oklahoma, that was entertaining, the parts I saw.
It was a close one. 12 points. Ohio State handled Northwestern pretty easily.
Fresno Boise, really good game. Overtime.
Damn. Was not expecting that one to happen. UCF still can't get into the fucking playoffs.
That's even without their starting quarterback. They won.
That's 2 years in a row that they have not lost a game.
I think they were down by like 21.
They
one
were.
point,
I
too.
thought they were going to lose. So I'm like, oh,
They were
are.
down 21.
Yeah.
Oh, 24-7 in the first
Oh,
quarter.
yeah.
Yeah, damn.
So I was like, man, they're going to lose without their starter quarterback. And then I saw the final score, and I was like, oh, damn. How'd they put up 56?
They just
They went
down.
off in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. I wish that they, would get a chance. But
That's why I boycott our rankings. I told Kevin that when you weren't here on the podcast.
Instead, we
Our
get
college football
LSU.
rankings.
Yeah.
And he's boycotting the basketball ones for some other reason. I don't know why.
No, I don't like early season polls in college
like
basketball.
the fifth week, that's not that early.
Once college football shows UCF and some other smaller programs some love, I'll take it serious. Till then, screw 'em.
Once Steffan shows other small schools love, then I'll get real about my ranking.
Okay. Anywho, our pick'ems.
Yeah. We don't have anything next week.
I know. I'm just going over what we.
Okay.
Kevin and Corey went 8-2 with the championship games. I went 6-4, low man on the totem pole. Missed out on Texas, Middle Tennessee. Those are my big ones I was hoping for. Joe 7-3. It's gonna make an interesting last run here for the bowl games. That'll be
Pretty much anyone can win.
We'll show those
all 39.
We'll have those. We'll have those picks in by next week, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
crap. Someone already started doing them all?
That's just the game.
No, that's just the game.
No, I know, but someone
yeah,
already
yeah,
put
yeah,
all the
yeah.
games in?
So,
Or-
yeah.
Well, some of them. I got halfway. And then I started falling asleep.
But yeah, that's anybody's game at this point. Let's make up some for these early games that nobody knows anything about. But other than that, college football wrapping up its season. College basketball ramping up its season.
Boom, boom,
That
boom.
little segue I got there.
Mhm.
I liked it too. Not a whole lot going down this week. You want to look at our poll first, or
Sure.
take
Pretty
a gander
colors.
at the poll?
Our poll color scheme is still in progress.
I like watching Kevin behind the behind the scene
You
here.
like seeing what the viewers see for a change?
Did you actually transition it, or is it?
It's the same screen.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's been on this, what you guys have been seeing. Gonzaga continues to be on top.
Oh, you did this. No?
What?
We're seeing what you're doing. I can't see what
Oh, okay.
we have.
It's like, I don't know. It's being weird.
Let's see here. Gonzaga with 3 votes. I'm still the outlier because Kansas hasn't lost. And Nevada coming in at 3 because I'm harsh against Duke with my 11 vote. You're welcome.
But Duke 11th?
Yeah.
They have 1 loss. Top 10's reserved for undefeated.
Why is Furman not in the top 10?
They made it in the top
Oh, it's reserved for undefeateds, but all these one-loss teams are ahead of. Okay.
Well, you know,
So you're just.
those are the top 10 undefeated. When it's down to 10 undefeated teams, Furman will move up.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there that I'm officially done voting until we start taking this poll seriously again.
It gets
Anybody that
balanced
puts-
out.
Anybody that puts Buffalo, Houston.
Houston's
I put
decent.
Buffalo up the highest.
What?
Yeah,
How'd
he
you
put
put
Buffalo
Buffalo
at
at the
13.
highest? Do you not see him
Okay,
at 6?
I didn't see that. I was like looking. Oh, I have him at 13. Where does
I
he
was
have
talking
it?
about top 10 teams right now.
Yeah, sorry.
He's got Buffalo, Houston, Arizona State.
Arizona
Arizona State beats
State's pretty
Nevada,
good.
then it's a legit maybe, but
I'm
I
not-
have Arizona State too. You don't even have them ranked.
no, I don't have Wisconsin ranked either.
That's just weird though.
I don't think you have them ranked either.
Yeah, he does. He's got him at
Oh,
15.
no.
I have them close to AP.
So it's like Kevin doesn't have them ranked.
Yeah,
Then.
I don't know. Who's Wisconsin?
You guys are whacked out.
Now that I have more time, I'll probably focus more on the poll. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
Mine was pretty close to the AP because I did mine before the AP came out.
Yeah,
but
I saw Corey
we have
doing
two-
his Sunday.
we have 2 differentials. They have Maryland. I have Maryland. They have Furman. I don't. And they have
Villanova, you don't.
Villanova, and I don't. Yeah, I have that replaced with Syracuse and St. John's.
Corey giving some love to Syracuse after the
Hey,
Ohio
you
State
beat a
win.
you beat a ranked team. To me, I think they are a different team when Howard's on there. So I'm showing them some love.
But I looked like garbage against Cornell.
Yeah, they didn't look that
They
great.
won.
against-
They won. If they lost, they wouldn't be on my ranking, but they won.
I think Corey's mentality there. They won.
Hey, when you see what North Carolina's producing on the court right now, I'm just gonna be happy for wins. So I can't be too picky.
Was it Roy Williams' statement after their last loss?
We stink. In quotes, we stink.
I stink. at coaching.
And I stink.
Their next game's in 2 days. I think they've been off for like 2 weeks. So yeah. Who are they playing next?
Lower level team. Someone they should be able to beat.
Hashtag-
Kansas playing Wofford.
That's a loss for Kansas. I know what Wofford's about.
So Kevin can finally take him down as number 1.
Yeah, right. Kansas is gonna stomp them.
Let's see here.
Did Florida State lose this week, or was that last week they lost? Or it would definitely be last. Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah.
Carolina plays UNCW. They're predicted 97% chance to win that game.
26 point
Florida,
favorites.
yeah, Florida State lost to Purdue, or they beat Purdue.
They beat Purdue.
Beat Purdue.
Florida State's undefeated, aren't they?
No, they lost.
again.
Some.
Oh, they have 1 loss. But AP put them up high? No? Oh, yeah.
11.
They put them 11.
Florida State lost to
I can't remember who it was now.
It wasn't Purdue.
Villanova. We went over this last
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
Villanova.
I remember.
That's probably what's got Villanova ranked.
No, Villanova just beat.
Didn't they just
else?
lose?
No, they're fine. But
Anyway, anywho,
anywho, our picks last week: Wisconsin versus Iowa. Wisconsin, obviously, looks like they should be ranked. Apparently, me and Kevin should take notice of Wisconsin because they handled Iowa. Kansas State at Marquette. I don't know why you don't give Marquette the love they deserve.
I will take notice of Marquette if they get through this next game.
Who they got next?
Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, that's right. West Virginia, Florida tonight. So we'll see how that game results. Purdue and Michigan. Michigan rolled over Purdue. Purdue got some bad losses, but to quality teams. I think that Purdue's still a decent squad. And then Penn State, Maryland. Corey, didn't you already fall to Penn State? No? We didn't pick a Penn State game?
No, just the Penn State Maryland one, which I got. They lost by 6 points. It wasn't like devastating.
Well, still, loss is a loss.
Loss is loss. Win is a win.
Win's a win. Moving on to this week. I didn't keep track of what we had here, so because we haven't finished the week yet either.
West Virginia plays Florida tonight at 9.
Yep. Moving on to this week, we have Maryland at Purdue. Looks like we're all going Purdue for that one.
Yeah, I couldn't. ESPN's got Purdue 75% favored in this one, so even though Maryland's got a better record.
Yeah, I thought somebody would pull the trigger on Maryland.
I was thinking about it when I initially saw everything first up, and then I looked at the stats, and I was just like,
Next game, we have Nevada and Arizona State on a neutral court. I can't remember where this one's at. Might be in
This is the show me game for me for Nevada.
Definitely, for sure. This is definitely going to define their season, I feel like, because I don't know how many more quality games they're going to get. So if they can show that they belong, which, I mean, Arizona State, nobody's really 100% sure about them. I don't know what kind of quality they've beaten yet. And as we all recall, Arizona State started off super hot last year and then didn't even make the tournament. So I'm not really sold on Arizona State until they can prove it in conference play.
Or right now.
Or right now.
Nevada.
No, that'd be a solid win for them for sure. But I feel, they beat like Kansas last year, and they couldn't even make the tournament. So even if they beat Nevada, and Nevada's not like an every year type of quality team. Like Nevada's striking gold right now. Past couple of years,
brothers.
And once they are gone, they'll probably fall off.
Yeah.
So, but should be a good game. I'm excited. I don't know when it is. I can't remember, but if it's on and I'm home, I would like to watch it for sure. Wisconsin at Marquette. Corey, the only one who ranked Wisconsin, is going to stay with Wisconsin.
They pulled through for me last week.
They did.
Marquette
like
favored in that one.
I think Marquette's a little more talented in my eyes than Iowa.
I just don't foresee someone on Marquette scoring 45 points again.
He will score 45 points. Exactly. And
boy.
Then he will look right at the camera and say, Corey, fuck you. There's 45. I almost actually picked 2 Gonzaga games this year. Or not this year, this week. I was going to pick, though, because actually Washington is coming to Gonzaga.
I wouldn't have bit in on that one.
You wouldn't have? Wasn't sure if you would or not.
Well, he bid on this one.
Yeah.
I knew, but I knew if I put this game in there that he wouldn't bite on both of them, so I had to let him bite on one.
Well, this one's actually feasible.
Yeah, this should be a really good game. It's on a neutral court. It's in Phoenix.
This one, I based my pick on just the fact that I'm a game behind Corey. I didn't want to pick the same as Corey.
But in NFL, it doesn't matter how many games behind you are. You just aren't going to pick the exact same as him.
Kevin won the regular season.
I'm
last
catching
year.
up to you, Steffan, in NFL.
Oh, so now you're just gonna pick the same as Corey because Corey's winning, so he obviously is doing something right.
No, I'm just trying to catch up to you. I picked mine first, actually, to be fair, in the NFL.
All right, well, Corey's a follower then.
Yeah, I was blocking Kevin because I'm worried about him surpassing me. I didn't even care that he. I saw that he had, and I was like, it doesn't matter. It's between Steffan and I at this point.
For me, it's just catching up
Yeah.
to Steffan.
So, Gonzaga, Tennessee. I believe it's Saturday at 3:00. I am definitely going to be watching this game. I'm going to get.
It's Saturday at 3.
Probably going to get plenty drunk for it.
It's
like
Phoenix,
always.
so
And then I'm going to go out to this, doing that Santa crawl thing at the mall again.
Oh, you are?
Trying to get
Santa
screwed
baby.
off for that. And then for our final game, Creighton at Nebraska. I'm a big believer in Creighton.
Why?
Hung
Just
with
because they
them.
hung
You
with
would-
Gonzaga?
They hung with Gonzaga. Got to be a believer in them at that point.
They were home though when they hung with Gonzaga.
They were.
That's the only reason I picked Nebraska.
Nebraska favored by 75%.
Listen, I've seen 90% people go down.
Yeah, we did that last year. I'm surprised we didn't do that this year. Keep up with ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did the
Yeah, we did it
ESPN
over on
picks
the
on
other-
the side.
yeah. We can start it back up. 'Cause I don't think we did it right away in the
Yeah.
last year. either.
We didn't.
About halfway through, we figured it out. We're like, oh, let's start doing this. We'll do it next year. No, we forgot about it again. So we'll see how
Well, I
this.
feel like Kevin's picks pretty much reflect it.
All except the Tennessee
Kevin's
Gonzaga
all
game.
about ESPN percentages, so
Except the
Where he
Gonzaga
makes-
Tennessee game.
where he makes all his picks.
It's working out for him, though, so far. To be
It's
fair.
a legitimate strategy right now.
He's just getting lucky right now. Yeah, don't mean shit.
Making smart picks. That's why.
Okay.
Except week 2, but we all
exactly.
did.
Well,
we all
week
did
2, no
bad.
one made smart picks. Oh, that's who Arizona. I was going to say Arizona had a win over a ranked team, but it was Mississippi State, who no one really believes in yet,
Except Corey.
except me.
I actually ranked them. All right, moving on.
Moving right along.
Little NBA talk. Actually, you want to talk? We can talk about these couple things here in college basketball.
Yeah, I'll start off with St. John's. You and I both ranked them.
Yeah.
They always seem to have hype coming in every season because they get these great recruits. But this year, I believe they're undefeated,
They are undefeated.
and it's actually panning out. It seems to. So I guess I'll start with you, Kevin. Why aren't you buying the hype?
The St. John hype?
Yeah.
Just too early. That's why. I feel like they've always had these. Who have they played?
They won that little tournament where they did play somebody. I was looking at there because I was wondering why no one is ranking them. Like why the AP or the coaches poll don't.
They beat Georgia Tech by 3. Middle Eastern, VCU by 1 in overtime. Cal by 3. Rutgers, Bowling Green, Loyola. I think it's the same Furman.
Loyola, right?
Yeah. They haven't really
That's
played
why.
anyone.
That's who I gave him credit for.
The Loyola win?
It's Loyola Chicago, right?
No.
Yeah, they're not even good.
No, it's Loyola, Maryland.
Oh,
Loyola Chicago's not even good this year, though.
no.
Yeah, they haven't played anyone convincing me yet.
Here's the thing, though. It's like this is what I argue this a lot. Everybody always, talks up like, oh, these power conferences and stuff, and like, oh, like you gotta go through this like whole tough schedule, playing all these top teams. But then like when a team in a lower conference, or I mean, St. John's not even in a lower conference, but obviously St. John's has had quite a few down years now.
They don't want to be burned.
But the fact that they're beating these power conference, these other power, it's not like they're just playing cupcake teams. Like these might be cupcake teams in those conferences, but they're still in power conferences.
They still
like,
beat Cal and Georgia Tech, who are in power.
Right.
Mhm.
That's what that is.
So it's not like they're like
fair.
just playing like nobodies, like out of these like
But to
ridiculous
that,
conferences.
they didn't win in convincing fashion, I guess.
No, but But
I
like you
think
said, I
that's
mean,
why probably.
It's early.
Syracuse just beat Cornell by what, like 7 or something,
Mm.
10.
To his
And-
credit, he didn't rank Syracuse.
I know, no, and I'm not arguing about the ranking. I'm just saying that it'd be one thing if they were just like I've seen like Mississippi State was playing like
Last year, cupcakes.
playing like the worst schedule,
It was the
strength of
easiest.
schedule,
Yeah.
and they were like undefeated or whatever. Like that, I just don't give them credit for. But if you're actually going out there and playing, I don't even know how many of those games were on the road, how many were neutral courts, anything like that. But they're still playing decent squads, and like even Gonzaga did that for a while. They were playing like they wouldn't always be playing like the top dogs in the power conferences, but they'd be playing like some of the teams, and they just you show that you can hang. So
The only interesting thing is this year, me too, we both have Mississippi State ranked, and they lost to Arizona State, who's actually credible, and they've basically beaten cupcakes out of the other teams.
St. Mary's and Dayton. St. Mary's is off this year. They've already lost.
I really don't think we'll see a real test until they play like a Clemson or
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
But I don't know. I mean, St. John's usually doesn't even play well against the
I know.
not so good
That's
teams,
why,
so.
I am believing. So anyways, where was our notes? Moving on from that, John Beeline getting his team to
Did you just
Boeheim.
merge
John
Boeheim
Boeheim.
yeah, John Boeheim. John Beeline,
He's
coach
playing
of
for
Michigan Wolverines.
He's playing for Colgate. You just don't hear about it.
Got his team to the championship. Got Michigan undefeated this year. Feel back when he was in the Big East with West Virginia. He had them as a decent program.
With his
Doing
son
good.
on the team.
What?
With his son, no less.
Yeah. I just thought that I should shout him out because I don't think he gets a lot of credit for being a great coach, and he is one. I think.
But has he won a championship?
No. But you're the first one to always tell me those stats don't matter.
I
But
mean,
they matter to you. But now they don't matter. See?
to that point, he's made back-to-back Final Fours though, including a national championship last year. So
I'm just saying I think he's probably the most underrated coach out there. And then my question was, if he's not, do you guys have a coach off the top of your head that you think is more?
Mark Few.
You think he's underrated?
Yeah.
You don't think people put him in like the top 10? Because I don't think people put John Beeline in the top 10.
Because he's
I think
Like,
I think
recently-
people
recently-
give Mark Few credit for what he's doing in
yeah,
Gonzaga.
Mhm.
yeah, because he's been consistent. John
Yeah.
Beeline, I don't think has been consistent.
Ooh. This is where Google comes in.
Like, yeah, he's had some good years, but I don't think he's like Michigan's consistently been.
West Virginia was consistently good.
I don't know. I know he coached there. I don't know a lot about how well his teams were when he was there. When I think of West Virginia, I think of Huggins.
Of Huggins.
Yeah.
When I think of Huggins, I think of Cincinnati.
See, I don't even know he coaches.
Let's see here.
So
John Beeline as Michigan head coach is 256 and 143. College record, coaching record, 732 and 418. I don't know what that translates to.
It's about 60%.
I'm apparently too drunk to do math right now. Divide. Carry the 2.
what are you drinking over there?
Sierra Nevada.
Celebration?
No, just regular pale ale. I don't have anything to celebrate right now.
Oh no, I felt like another one that was underrated, but he's gone now. That wasn't getting a lot of love was Bo Ryan
Yeah.
for what he was doing in Wisconsin,
No,
and I feel like
always a consistent.
John Beeline has fallen under that underrated. He's getting overlooked.
Let's
I
see
feel like he's
here.
had a couple of good runs in the tournament, but I don't feel like it's like John with Bo Ryan. Like every year they wouldn't get any love, and then he'd always get them like far in the tournament, or like to like the second weekend at least.
636 is his winning percentage.
I said 60%. It's pretty good math off the top of my head.
They're so good.
He's made 2 Final Fours. Excuse me. So
Which are the most recent ones?
no, apparently he didn't.
He made one with West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2013 and 2018. And then he's won 2 Big Ten titles. Actually, all of both his Final Fours are with. He's been with Michigan for a little while now. At least since 2012. It doesn't feel that soon, or that late. I should say. I thought it was later or earlier, whatever. You know what I mean?
Whatever you're trying to say, yeah, we agree.
Anyways,
There you go.
I'm just saying he's underrated. I'm impressed with what he's doing with Michigan this year after he lost some stuff.
Are they the most underrated runner up?
I would say they might be the most underrated team right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're underrated anymore. I mean,
I
they're
still,
ranked
I,
fifth.
I still think they're underrated. I don't.
I think they can compete with Duke and Gonzaga.
Because of that defense?
Just the way they've been playing. I could see. I'm not saying they'd win, but I see them up there. So.
Well, why can't they compete with your number 1 team?
Kansas, them too. I'm just saying.
Well, you throw Duke and Gonzaga out there like they're the 2 best teams in the nation or something.
Well,
but you
guys are high.
You don't have either one of those teams ranked as your number 1. So explain that. Let's get into that. Let's tap into that one real quick.
The truth's coming
Why he
out
likes
apparently.
Kansas and Virginia?
It's truth serum that I'm drinking. That's what.
Virginia is understandable because their defense is on point once again.
Yeah.
That's going to win you a lot of regular season games.
Sure.
It just doesn't win you the tournament time.
Doesn't happen when you play a 16 seed, apparently.
That was an anomaly. We all know
Apparently
that.
you can't even guard a 16 seed for whatever reason.
That's because no matter how good your defense is, if someone's on fire as a team from
exactly
three,
how college
it's
basketball
over.
is. All it takes is one team to get hot, which happens all the time. But yeah, then going to your final thing here.
Final one is, well, first off, Joe Lunardi, get some sleep, man. It's a little early, but he's already on top of it. He already filled out his tournament bracket, what it would be, how it would be seeded if it were to happen today. He's got all of us seeded, surprisingly, with Gonzaga the number 1 overall seed.
I know. I'm surprised North Carolina made it.
North Carolina, a 3 seed at that. Not just making it, but a 3 seed.
Holy cow.
I don't know where that is coming from. I'll take it. And Syracuse has a 7 seed.
Oh, I was going to say 10.
Well, they were a 7 seed playing a 10.
Look at that.
So right now, all of us would be in. Kudos to our teams. We'll see if that's how it is at the end of the year.
This is
As long as it's
the
not
one
another
and
playing
only
game.
difference between me and Joe Lenardi is
He has time to do it all year.
that
You take the holidays off?
and the fact that he actually do it this early. I do not want to do that this early. Like, let me get to January, February, somewhere's in there, and then I'll start,
When I saw it pop up on ESPN, I was like, holy shit.
He'd actually been doing it, I think, even before this week. Like, I think he did one. Yeah. I think he probably did it after the first week.
Well, I figured I'd take a little gander to see where we were all at. I expected me to be the North Carolina to be like a 10th seed and Syracuse out of it, but nope.
Your North Carolina still ranked, so why would you expect them to be?
Well, a bad seed. I just thought they'd be like a 10.
If you're
Maybe
ranked,
a 9.
you're ranked. You're one of the top 25 teams. So that means
You should be a top 25. I know.
you're like a 5 seed or lower, 5 or 6 seed, at worst.
They should be lower. They haven't looked good.
But still a long season. That's exactly why I will not do this, because I do not have the time or the energy to be doing this in fucking December. Super weird. On right now. All right.
Well, you gotta be hyped that he believes in the Zags right now.
Well, who doesn't believe in the Zags right now besides Kevin?
Well,
I'm sure other Syracuse fans probably don't either. But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be an interesting rest of the year. We'll touch quick on the NBA. Toronto starting to pull away in these.
They got a 5-game lead now. The Kawhi Leonard thing experiment seems to be working out. Looking good. We touched on what an exciting superstar Kawhi Leonard is last week. But sometimes excitement isn't the key. The Bucks, I think, are in second still. This will lead me right into one of my other points. Celtics starting to come alive a little bit. I think they're 6-4 in their last 10 games. Yep. They're on a little win streak, 3 in a row. Gordon Hayward seems to maybe getting a little bit more healthy, which is huge. He scored.
Yeah, like a big game.
Scored 30 against the Timberwolves. Had a big game. Things are starting to gel for them. I expect them to fly up the rankings soon, especially since the Pacers, I believe, just fired their coach. No, excuse me. That is not true. The only firing this week was Chicago Bulls fired their coach, Fred Hoiberg.
I mean, realistically, like, Boston hasn't. I mean, that whole squad hasn't played with Gordon Hayward, so like.
Right, it was going to take some gelling. It just seems to be happening now.
Yeah.
We're 23 games in, and so a quarter of the season, and they're figuring it out. Good time to figure it out. You still have 75% of the season left. And then, what was something else I wanted to touch on? Kobe's statement's annoying a lot of people. He said he thinks the Lakers will be championship contenders in no time, and all those fair weather Golden State fans will be gone, which I think was interesting. He's right to a degree. There was no Golden State fans about 6 years ago. Now all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of them.
Me included.
And
but I started liking them before they were like.
There's always been Lakers fans. If you take away the non-modern era, the Lakers are the most dominant franchise in the NBA. The non-modern era would be with the Celtics dominating, but the Celtics in the modern era have only won 4 championships, and the Lakers have won 10.
So there's only one. Oh, Golden State's only won 4. What did you say? What did you say?
The Celtics in the modern era,
have
only won 4 championships. The Lakers have won 10 in the modern era. They're the most dominating team, really, since we've all been alive. So I agree where he's coming from. I get what he's saying. Do I agree the Lakers are going to win championships? They got to get a player in the offseason. They aren't winning it this year.
I mean, I don't know. With Denver leading the West right now?
And the Clippers in second?
And Oklahoma City?
Yeah, but Denver's winning with backups.
I mean,
it's just deep. And the Clippers are just deep. They're just beating people off of...
I mean, is it really that far-fetched that Los Angeles comes out of the West? At this point? No. If you have LeBron on your team, you know it's possible.
Anything's possible.
You know it's possible.
We've seen it with
this might have been like the best time for him to go to the West. When everybody in the West just starts.
He's like, I see it.
Like everybody in the West just,
I can predict the future.
Antonio falls apart. Houston's falling apart. Like
Houston, what's their record? 11-12. They are 10-4 though. When James Harden and Chris Paul are playing, they just need health. They're just getting riddled with injury early. When I saw that stat that they're 10-4 when their 2 stars are on the court together, they'll be all right. They'll fix it. They'll be up there. Dallas, I don't believe in. Portland started off on fire. Now they're 3-7 in their last 10. They're falling off. Memphis is surprisingly good this year.
Yeah.
There we go. I got static electrocuted over here. Sorry, guys.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
There was some static electricity going on over here. Zapped my ears, and it fried everything. You guys went completely black. I just see you guys talking, and it's just like, oh shit.
Well, we got through the NBA quick for you.
All right. Good.
We moved on to UFC 231. Thought you might want to talk about it.
Oh, I suppose. Did you talk about Deontay Wilder fight first?
No, I was going to if you continued to not be able to hear us and stuff.
What did you think?
Thought it was an awesome fight. I was happy I actually bought it because I was questioning paying $75 for it. But luckily, my birthday wasn't too long ago. I just used birthday money. The first few rounds, I was getting a little anxious because Tyson Fury was outboxing Deontay Wilder. I gave Deontay the second round and the fourth. So by the sixth round, I had Fury up 4-2. He was starting to play with Deontay, starting to showboat more and more, making Deontay look befuddled. Then the ninth round comes around as Fury wins round 7, round 8, round 9. All of a sudden, bam! Go down Deontay Wilder, right hand lands. Down goes Fury. Fury just smiled. He looked fine. Gets back up, shakes it off. He goes, I'm fine. Actually boxes well the rest of the round, but you still have to give it 10-9 for Wilder. Then he wins round 10, round 11. And I was like, shit, Wilder has to knock him out to win. He has to knock him out. His corner says, go. Even his corner goes, go out there, put him away. It's going. Middle of the round, only like a minute has gone by. Wilder just crushes him with a right hand. His eyes even roll up into his head. And as he's falling, he gets crushed with a left hook, lands flush. I jumped out of my bed. I'm like, oh, shit. This man's like, what are you so excited about? Like, this fight is amazing because this is the only way this dude could win. And somehow, Wilder, after about 8, at the 8 count, gets on his feet, or Fury, I mean, after 8 count, gets on his feet, gets up, beats the count, and then comes back even in the 12th round and hurts Wilder. Doesn't knock him down. They just start going at it. Bell rings, and I was like, fuck. This fight's, on my core, this fight's a draw. Sure enough, it was a split decision draw. One judge had it what I had it. One judge had 115-110 for Wilder. He should be banned from boxing. There's no way it was 7-5 for Wilder. The other judge had it 6-4 for Fury, which is understandable, close. Or 6. He had it 6. No, he had it 7-5 for Fury, excuse me. He had Fury winning. Doesn't matter. Fight was a draw. It should have been a draw. Or Fury winning. That's the only two things it could be. But it was on American soil, so I knew most likely a draw was coming. It didn't hurt Deontay's stock at all. We saw him against a real fighter. He did his thing. He fought the lineal heavyweight champ of the world, and he fought to a draw. He does have things to work on. He's not a very good boxer, but he's got the equalizer. He's the hardest puncher in all of boxing. Even Fury said he's never been hit like that in his life. Fury was saying afterwards he's the hardest puncher in boxing history. He's going to go down as that. He very well may, because there was another trainer saying he's never seen power. There's a lot of footage of guys putting up their gloves and Deontay punching their gloves and knocking guys cold out. So that how the force is going through their glove, through their chin, and knocking people unconscious. So that is special power. He's always going to have that. It's going to make him dangerous no matter what. Mm-hmm. Even if he can't box. If he could box, he'd be pretty much unbeatable. So Fury's in a good spot, really, because he came back after the drug rehab and the mental health issues, and he just fought who a lot of people think is one of the top heavyweights, and fought him to a draw. And then he also has Joshua in the UK. They're both from the UK. he was calling out Joshua, saying, "You're a bitch, you're a pussy, you wouldn't do what I just did and fight Wilder." So he's trying to bait him into a fight because they could sell out Wembley Stadium, which is 100,000. They both could probably walk away with around 50 million. They're saying that'd be huge. Yeah. Fury also has a rematch clause with Wilder, so that has to happen at some point. Wilder in the clause though does not have to fight him right away, and he actually alluded to he wasn't going to. So
Probably wants
Fury's in a great position. It doesn't look like we're getting Wilder Joshua right away, especially after that performance. Joshua's probably thinking, I don't know if I want to get clocked with that when I could make 50 million fighting Fury, who doesn't punch very hard. Because Fury was landing really nice flush shots on Wilder and didn't phase him until the 12th round, where I think Wilder was gassed. Anyways, heavyweight division, the number one glamour division in boxing, is alive and well, and that makes boxing alive and well. So I'm excited.
alive and well.
I had every intention on coming down to watch.
I was going to text him. I was like, he's probably sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
passed
bother him.
Passed out. I was like, yeah, I'll just take a nap real quick. No.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, he's not going down.
Just go nap real quick. I'll be down.
I didn't end up catching the fight. I just caught the replay while they were doing the decision. So, because I actually forgot about it. I was watching a movie, and I was just like, "Oh, fight, whatever." So I have no opinions to add to you. Sorry, Corey. I do have UFC opinions. If you want to hear those.
Yeah, let's go. You're our expert.
Whoa.
You and Ben.
All
Sorry.
right.
Sorry, Ben.
I got a text message. Instead of his picks, he said, what was it? Making plans. We're going to see the fight, so at a bar. He said, we should crown me king, Ben, to make it easier.
He's only 4 points ahead.
Three
Three ahead.
He's not even three. He's 4 ahead of you, 3 ahead of me. And then he said, when do I get my belt? And I reminded him he doesn't get a belt unless he buys one. He's just getting a golden thumb. Which, also speaking of, I got one officially now. Another one for the preseason tournaments, right?
Yep.
And
What about the
Steffan,
MLS
Yeah,
tournament?
I was just gonna say.
Steffan got one for MLS because he got Atlanta United.
Yeah.
That's what I'm giving
You
it
got
for.
one?
I did.
You got one?
I'm
MLS.
pretty sure if we compared, he also got Portland in the West. I don't think anyone else had Portland in the semifinals. So that's why I'm giving it to him begrudgingly.
I'm all in on Portland again.
It's gonna be a good soccer match this weekend. But also on the 8th we have Joanna versus Valentina. These two have met before in kickboxing actually, and Shevchenko pretty much dominated Joanna, but they were kids. Things can change. Steffan going with the decision pick.
Trying to make up ground. You know how I do.
It's a safe bet. I mean,
I feel like Joanna's pretty tough. That's why I went with Shevchenko by decision.
yeah. I was actually gonna go by decision too, and then I saw you take decision. You've had yours picked since November 3rd, so I went Shevchenko submission. I was talking to Ben about this. He was saying that Shevchenko. Hold on, I can actually read you what he texted me. He said Valentina has a good kickboxing pedigree, but in MMA she doesn't get the KO often. If anything, that fight will probably go to decision since Joanna is not really a finisher either. I just picked Valentina submission because I think she can beast Joanna and will probably create an opportunity on the ground. And I told him I agree. I was thinking 2nd through the 4th. He took 2nd, so I'm going to take 4th just to try and gain as many points as possible. I would not be surprised to see it go submission Shevchenko or decision for either fighter. I don't think it's going to be a knockout, though. There's no knockout in this fight. I'll guarantee it. The Men's Warehouse guarantee there.
Wow.
Yeah. Watch. It's going to be like Joanna knockout first round. It's a interesting fight also because Joanna was champ at 115. This is going to be taking place at 125 where Valentina had been fighting at 135. So they're kind of meeting in the middle at this new weight class in the UFC. Be interesting to see because basically whoever wins this is going to be the new UFC champ, I think, is how it's going to work for 125. And then we have Max Holloway, Brian Ortega. This fight was supposed to happen a couple months ago. Trying to remember what fight. It's not coming back to me.
Wasn't it on October? The Nurgo McGregor?
That's what I thought, but I don't think it was.
I thought all of a sudden Ferguson Pettis got thrown out.
No, actually, it was supposed to be back in April.
Oh,
It could be March, and then Ortega took Frankie, I think. 'Cause Max was supposed to fight Khabib, which didn't happen.
Ortega's fought Cub Swanson recently too.
Yeah, he's looked real good. I just don't think. I mean, Holloway also looks good. That's why he's champ.
Yep.
I see everyone else going to Ortega. Steffan being a little different, going with knockout, but Corey actually is going knockout too. I don't see it being a knockout fight. I think Max Holloway still got a chin, so I don't see him being knocked out. I'm not Men's Warehouse guaranteeing it, but I just feel this is more or less just going with the odds of it going to decision is why I'm taking Holloway in decision, because I feel like whenever it goes to decision, usually, unless it's a convincing like fight, the champion usually gets the nod. And I think Corey and I have talked about it in past episodes where if you're fighting the champion doesn't really have to do anything. It's the challenger that has to prove something.
Yeah, the challenger has to make it clear.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a tit for tat, and it could have been a decision to go towards the challenger. That's what happened in the Fury Wilder fight.
Yeah.
Yes, it was probably Fury deserved to win, but it was too close. You can't get knocked down twice against the champ. It's going to go the other way.
So, also looking to gain points, not gonna lie. I was gonna go Holloway anyway before I found out what Ben was doing, but then when Ben went Ortega, I was like cemented decision. But I'm excited for these fights. I haven't even paid attention to the rest of the cards since I put these fights down, so I don't even know who else is going on. But I mean, if Steffan gets 2 5s, he's up to 27.
Back in the game.
Only if we get zeros.
Trying to do well.
Well,
He's
you
up
guys
to
would all get
27.
zeros if I got that one right.
Yeah, and Ben would only get 1 if he got that one perfect. So
Ortega.
34 to 27.
You get 2.
It'd be close.
So yeah, it'd be down 4 to you.
Mhm.
Could come
So
back.
we'll see. Anything can happen. I want to see this belt, so I'm rooting for you, Steffan. Especially after that text message I got. Listen here.
Self-proclaiming the king.
King my ass.
Yeah, I don't like that. Somebody's got to bring him down a notch.
Well, you didn't prove it in
I
the
know. Okay, yeah, I get it. Thanks. On that note, fuck you.
Is that the title of this week's episode? On that
Yep.
note, fuck you.
On that note, fuck you.
Fair enough.
Quotable of the day.
Yeah, but on a more positive note, Syracuse up by 4 points with about 6 minutes to go in
It's
the
the
first half.
first half.
Against Northeastern.
Against Northeastern. Quality opponent, as always, for Syracuse.
Who
A
did
win's a win.
Northeastern
A win is a win.
Just out of curiosity, do you guys remember who Northeastern beat?
Oh, do you?
That's why I asked. Anyway, we can end the show, I guess. Sorry. I didn't realize you guys were going to stop.
They beat Eastern Michigan. I don't know what you're...
Didn't they play someone?
They beat anybody then.
Who'd they lose to then?
I don't know who you're thinking of. They beat Alabama. Is that it? All I got.
Yeah, Alabama's in a power conference.
A-Town, Trey Young, Rookie of the Year.
Back on his feet.
Lucic, Rookie of the Year.
Back all over that D. I'll never get off it again.
When Steph retires, he's your new fave.
Yeah. Absolutely. Century mark next week.
Big episode. We're doing big things.
Big things.
How come
So stay
they?
tuned.
How come they play?
I'm gonna pound
Davidson twice?
100 beers in honor of our 100th episode.
Whew. Power hour.
You make it to 20, I'd be in there.
I only have Wednesday off, so
Make it a good one.
yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. But if I had like 3 days off, I'd give it a shot.
Even three of us combined 100 beers isn't
Yeah, no, there's no chance. No chance.
You saw what I was doing.
Especially
off
in the span of an hour and a half. No, not happening. Give me like a day, and I might be able to knock down 20.
I'm gonna need a catheter.
Yeah, I'd have to put a Foley catheter in myself.
We'd be close to just dying.
Yeah, no, we'd be good. Let's say like some fluids running at the same time. Anyways, go Northeastern.